special Easter treat here as Danny is away on warm weather training. Ryan Wintle there, the captain, trying to make things happen for Cardiff.
Looks a bit blustery, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Sun's out though. It's raining back here at the studio, the Stadium of Light. Myself and Lee are watching the game from this afternoon. We are reliant on the EFL cameraman, of course. There's too much on that one for Philogene.
Gooch is right back.
So Gooch
It's a
is
4.
right back.
Yeah, it's a
There's Sirkin coming in on the left. Then.
Just trying to think and it's looks like it's Trey Hume playing centre half.
So that Trey Hume continues to impress in different positions. He loves getting around the pitch, doesn't he, Trey Hume?
Yeah.
No matter what position he's playing, but he's been great at right back, hasn't he?
Yeah, revelation since he's come in. I watched him a couple of pre-season games and he looked technically good, but I wasn't quite sure. But since he came in for Gooch, when he was injured, he's took his chance with 2 hands.
And Lyndon Gooch as well, he's finding himself playing all over the place, but he's, again, since coming back into the side himself, Lyndon Gooch, you can see him at the top of your screen. Also, one of those great players who just slots in.
Again, I mean, I'm not one of Gooch's biggest fans in terms of his technical ability, but he always gives 100%. You know that once he gets on that pitch, he's going to give everything. And as you say, he plays anywhere as well. An asset really for the squad.
Here he is, playing it inside for Alex Pritchard, who goes back to Trey Hume, and Ahmad gets a touch. Flicks it forward for Ahmad, who's been brought down, but Gooch keeps on going. Referee brings it back for the foul on Ahmad, who's holding his face.
Yeah, he's late on him there. Good play, good play. Pass and follow from Gooch.
It was a good flick from Gooch.
Gooch has caught Ahmad on the head, I think. His shin.
Thankfully, he's up now. You can see how blustery it is there on that shot. Sun's out though, down in South Wales. And Alex Pritchard will clip this one in, you'd imagine. Some of the bigger lads to try and get on the end of.
Our record of set piece hasn't been great.
Not this season, hasn't been great. Danny Bart normally attaches himself to these, or tries to at least. Yeah, Ekwa also offering some height in there for Sunderland. Well, doesn't really hit anyone.
Talk.
Anthony Patterson.
Yeah, and Sunderland started. I was good composure on the ball. Yeah, if they're dominating again, here we go.
Ahmad gets it back. There's Dennis Sirkin probing forward for the first time. Just got his angles wrong a little bit. Cardiff are able to steal it. However, Dan Neil gets it back.
Go on.
Gets a free kick. It's Connor Wickham, of course. Sunderland once signed Connor Wickham. Over £8 million when he was a teenager. Ahmad steps inside. Clark gets his first touch, I think. That's such a great game on Friday. And you spoke to him after the game, Lee. He said he was very disappointed to come out of that game with only 1 point, but he was involved in everything, wasn't he?
Yeah, assists, getting a goal, and he could have made it 5, couldn't he?
Yeah.
And I think maybe that's maybe that was bugging him a little bit as well. But yeah, again, Sunderland's made a half-decent start the first 5 minutes, just keeping the ball, and that's what we've got to do. Just got to suck these out because they are just sitting in when we've got possession. So just keep it and pull them around a bit.
First look at Tony Mowbray this afternoon. Busy Easter for him, away from his Easter eggs, Lexi's confectionery.
Looks a bit of chocolate in there.
Here come Cardiff trying to work something down that left-hand side. Ojo. Abdullah Bar picks it up. Tries to cut inside. He's right in front of the referee, who doesn't give it.
He's going to be passing that.
Ojo again down that left-hand side. McGuinness. NG. Goes around Jack Clark. Philogene. Harmlessly go out for a goal kick.
Pretty poor that, to be fair, from them. You can say that they're trying to keep the ball as well, trying to be possession based, but yeah, I just really find we've got better quality than them.
Yeah.
And we've got better fans as well.
You can hear the Sunderland fans, yeah, of course. Not a bad away day, Cardiff, apart from the
Great
journey. Got plenty good pubs in the city centre. Here's Jack Clark. He's tried a cheeky one there, but it's blocked. Taken down by Kaba. And Ekwar comes back and takes possession back for Sunderland.
Yeah, they'd be relishing the chance to start another game. He done well again. Burnley started, didn't he?
Yeah.
Done well.
It's just that final moment, giving away that penalty against Hull, but you know, maybe the best medicine is to go out there and make amends.
Yeah, of course. And he'll be delighted he can, because I'm sure he'll have been sat in his house the last couple of days thinking, why on earth did I put my foot in?
Yeah. Is that where maybe a manager like Tony Mowbray, who's great with the young players, comes into his own because he knows how that might affect a young player?
Yeah, again, I'm sure he would have put his arm around him. Disappointed, but just said, right, just forget about it, move on.
Commentators curse. But yeah, it looks like Cardiff will be happy for Sunderland to try and take the game to them a little bit, when you were thinking, well, they are where they are in the division for a reason, aren't they?
Again, but sometimes when you're down there, it's the big games with teams that surround you. That's the ones that you've got to win. Again, for them, this could be just thinking, right, we'll just sit in and if we can see if we can pinch something off Sunderland. But whether or not their fans will want that.
Hits the heels of Connor Wickham there, and Dennis Serkin takes advantage. He's Jack Clark up against Perry Ng. Jack's inside the area now. Took 3 Cardiff players to take it off him.
And that's the problem he'll have in the coming games and maybe next season as well. The teams will just double up. He's got to find another way. But at the minute, he's very exciting.
There's Lyndon Gooch. Gets inside the area, Lyndon Gooch puts it across looking for Pritchard. Comes out. One as far as Dan Neil.
His kick. Can't do well with ball.
Yeah, Saba was trying to... Kaba was trying to make some way down the right-hand side, but stopped. Daniel. Ekwar. There's Jack Clark. Philogene takes it off him. Ekwa. Ekwa outside the left foot. Pritchard. Clear by NG. Sunderland with all the possession here, Lee.
Yeah. Just got to make it count. Just keep that momentum up. Good ball in from Ekwa, that.
Yeah, outside his left boot, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Ahmad. Gooch.
Kicked him late there again.
Yeah. Free was right on top of it as well. Gooch trying to turn on it, finds Pritchard. Ahmad still down at the right-hand side of your picture. Dan Neil crosses it towards the back post. It's just above Jack Clark.
Lucky.
But maybe Sunderland should have had a free kick in the build-up there.
Yeah, I mean, he's a Lara player. We did have possession, but he's just got to watch that because the same. I know what Ahmad does. He tries to suck you in for that. But just as long as the referee has an eye on it and for next time. But unlucky there. Unlucky. Good run from Jack Clark round the back. Just a bit too high.
Have another look at
it.
it.
Yeah, he's just tried to pick him, hasn't he?
Cross there.
Yeah.
Just above Jack Clark there.
Defender there just gives him a little nudge in the back, just to see him under.
Connor Wickham. Wriggle free with the ball. Runs into Alex Pritchard, who starts to charge the opposite direction. Jack Clark now. Abdullah Bar. Not very advanced, are they, Cardiff?
They're happy just to let us have the ball. Which suits us. Look, we just get through the lines.
Ekwa just couldn't bring it under control, but fall for Pritchard. I think may have hit the referee.
I thought Pritchard handballed it as well, I think. I think it's hit the ref.
Let's see what the referee's going to do here.
It's our ball then, isn't it? I think. What did we?
Yeah, it was our through ball, wasn't it? Yeah, it's a bit of sign language there. Came off me, got to give him the ball back. Connor Wickham's not happy about it. Neither is Cabba, who's lurking. Here we go again. Clark. Inside from Sirkin, finds Pritchard. Now Dan Neil picks it up. Ahmad. Lyndon Gooch has gone on the overlap, that's where it's gone.
It's no bad ball.
Put in, and it's had to be cancelled out by McGuinness. It goes out for the first corner of the game.
Good attack, good speed. Straight out from Patterson, just passed out 2 or 3 passes and we get in the corner.
Yep.
Good play.
That's Pritchard will take the corner. Wickham with the header. Back in from Dan Neil. Trey Hume heads it back in. And again by Dan Neil this time. Ekwah competing. Still hasn't came down yet.
Get it down.
Does eventually. Ahmad. Ekwah. Oh, nice ball from Ahmad, playing Pritchard.
Great run, good ball.
Ahmad pulls it back.
Go on.
Ekwah on his left foot.
Ah!
And he knows that was a chance.
There's no handsome about that. It was just wide.
Lyndon Gooch with the intelligent ball to find Ahmad.
Yeah, that's a good ball as well. Pulls it. Oof. That'd have been one to redeem himself quite early on, wouldn't it?
Yeah, just a bit. But it's been all Sunderland though, Lee, hasn't it? First 17 minutes.
Yeah, and that's how I felt it would go. It's just, you know, very much comfortable in possession. And to be fair, they're giving us a lot of respect. I mean, they're just sitting back and letting us have the ball. And if they do that, we are dangerous. So so far so good for us.
Battling hard to get it back, and he has. Ahmad. Bar's gone ahead of him. Ahmad tries to stay on his feet. Referee doesn't want to know.
Not sure about that.
So we'll come again, only momentarily. Pritchard fouls. There's a bit of frustration from the earlier Ahmad one.
Yeah.
So fouls remain Sawyer's. Patterson takes a touch. Comes back, Philogene. Drags it horribly wide.
Yeah.
Didn't trouble Anthony Patterson at all, that one.
It's pretty woeful, to be fair.
Jayden Philogene Bides, who's on loan from Aston Villa.
That's another great ball, that is.
Jack Clark picks it up.
Doubling up on him, and there gives us extra.
Yep, Abdullah Bar to Ahmad. Does he fancy trying to pull the trigger? Leaves one for Dan Neil to strike. Sunderland have got time to pick these shots and work them on the outside of the area, because, as you said, Lee, Cardiff are quite happy for us to have possession, but we need to get a bit more accuracy on these efforts.
Yeah, I think every time we've had the ball, I think we've created something, and you know, fingers crossed, it's just a matter of time. But yeah, a bit more clinical finishing is needed.
Downfield from Allsop. Pritchard trying to give it to Dan Neil, who's under pressure, and Lyndon Gooch comes across. Dennis Serkin.
Good touch.
Good first touch and puts the turbos on. Pritchard in the middle of the park.
Foul.
Getting hassled. Referee plays on. Ahmad's gone. Gooch comes inside.
Another foul. So
Yep.
That's two fouls. In fact, we're just looking dangerous every time we get the ball, every time we're attacking. I think that they're struggling just to hang on to us at the moment.
There's a couple for Sawyers as well, so maybe a bit of frustration setting in.
Well, the doubling up on Jack Clark on our left-hand side.
Yep.
So it's just getting overrun on them because Gooch is overlapping. So
Yep.
it's 2v1 for that lad all the time. So a lot of stuff's coming from that side.
Now, what's going to happen here? Matt steps over and then joins the ranks. Pritchard slips as he delivers and it just harmlessly goes out. He'll be annoyed about that, Alex Pritchard.
For me, sometimes players they're trying to put too much on it, really whip it. Sometimes it's just get it in there, just put it in a dangerous area. Yeah, and let the lads attack it.
Dan Neil brings it down.
Oof,
It's too much on it for Ahmad.
Yeah, that's been a lot.
Goes all the way through to Ryan Alsop.
Good jump. True.
Ahmad, oh nice. Bar.
Jack Clark back stick, too big.
Goes out from Dan Neil.
He's disappointed with that.
Yep. Again though, Sunderland getting into those creative positions. Just not capitalising. Tony Mowbray's
Yeah, he's having
a good chat with Edouard Michou there.
Yeah. If I was asking if he's got any sweets.
Picked up by Romeo. Seconds there, but concedes a corner.
Goalkeeper's got unbelievable strike on him.
That wind's helping as well.
Yeah, possibly because that sill over at the head, that's actually the lad got in wide there.
Not in any hurry to take this, Cardiff. Ojo will take it. First corner of the afternoon. Short one to Philogene. Against Ahmad. Oh, stolen by Ekwar. Bar's ahead of him, just stumbles a bit. Runs into trouble. Get his shirt pulled there, Tony Mowbray is claiming. So is Bar, but play continues. Ojo picks it up in the middle. Sawyers. Philogene. Romeo. Oh, it takes a deflection.
Jack, don't turn your back. Big.
In from Wintle. Too far away from a Cardiff player. Goes out for the goal kick. Ryan Wintle, the captain. Tony Mowbray having a word with the fourth official there.
He did seem to grab a
Yep.
load of shirt of Denver Bar there. Denver Bar. Abdullah Bar.
Yep. That's what he's saying, I think.
Right.
Not easily able to play around Cardiff there. Kappa left standing. He's Bar. Tries one.
It's on target. Ambitious.
Yep.
Just got a good goal against Norwich.
He did. Took his chance really well and just thought maybe sitting up for me here, I'll have a crack. Well on target. So we'll come again.
1v1.
Jack Clark up against NG, goes into the middle. Goes out to Dan Neil. Lyndon Gooch now. Goes on the outside. Sirkin. Does he fancy one?
Not on his right, he wouldn't.
Puts it back on his left and it's charged down by Wintle. Wickham couldn't get there. Sunderland come again. Jack Clark goes down. Free kick for Sunderland. Take it quickly. Play continue. Gonna see? Yes. Cameraman a bit slow there. Connor Wickham seemed to go down there with minimal contact.
Yeah, he's not getting anything, so he's trying to throw himself on the floor at the minute.
He's Cabba.
Get out.
And that really sums up Cardiff so far, doesn't it?
Yeah. You can tell why they're down there. Again, it's up to us really to start taking our chances, being a bit more clinical.
19th with only 11 wins all season, 19 defeats so far for Cardiff. And he scored 33 goals as well.
Yeah, you can tell, can't you?
To put it in context, the
ball.
Let's just watch this and see how this develops. They had a poor season last season, finishing 18th, and they were about 10 points away from what they achieved there, so they have not improved. Jack Clark, he did that well against Hull, didn't he?
Yeah, just keep it. Yeah, I mean, Cardiff are just another team that's come out the Premier League and found it super difficult to maintain any sort of momentum. Don't we know all about that?
Yeah. Of course, they've got the chairman and owner Vincent Tan as well, who's been there since 2010. He even did things like change the colour of the kit from blue to red at one point. You remember that?
Yeah.
So the fans aren't particularly happy about their progress under the ownership down in Cardiff. Tony Bart just looking for some openings. Ahmad to Ekwa. Abdullah Bart. Involved in his last 10 minutes. He puts a good ball forward for Alex Pritchard. We need players in the box. Ahmad's there, so is Jack Clark now. Ekwa takes a heavy touch. Does well to get it back though. And then finds Ahmad, who takes a bad touch himself. And that was a golden opportunity if only he could have took it in his stride.
That's not like Ian. He's normally got a hell of a touch. He's going to be really, really composed. Ekwa does well. He wins it back, and he just finds a great little.
Takes out 4 players, doesn't he, with that pass? But
yeah,
it's almost as if Ahmad wasn't anticipating he would get there with it. As you say, he's normally got such a good touch.
Yeah, he's going to be very comfortable.
Here he is there, making amends. Ahmad.
Corner.
Yep. Well spotted, Lee. Nearly half an hour gone. Cardiff are there for the taking, aren't they?
Definitely. They're fairly disappointing. It's just really our finishing that's let us down.
Need to be more clinical in this final third. Maybe something can happen from this set piece. Who knows? Ahmad's there for a short option. Fancies it. He's gone there. Gooch clip one in. Pritchard can. Gooch.
Shoot.
Gets a shot in, takes a deflection, goes out for another corner. It's Mark McGuinness's head.
Defender did well there. Again, well worked corner. The three of them. See you later. I'd like to say that behind the goal if it was going in.
Yep. Ahmad's run, taking a couple of players away from Gooch, and he was able to cut inside. There's an example of the wind there. The corner flag. Short option again there with Ahmad. Jack Clark runs across to offer something. It's Danny Bart on the stretch.
Really
Goes
stretching.
over.
Yeah. He sucked them all under the ball, but he just couldn't just be too high.
Worked out to the left by Cardiff. It's a heavy touch. Sunderland get a throw. Ahmad. Trey Hume. Pritchard tries to flick it to Abdullah Bar. Tries to get it back, and I think he's took a kick on his foot there, but Jack Clark picks it up. Strong challenge from Romeo, who's running back. Just waiting for the contact. Romeo does well against foot on it. Gooch. Ahmad. There's Abdullah Bar. These two are just having a give a passy between each other.
Just trying to thread one through there.
Yep.
Pritchard made the run. Oh.
Ahmad gets lucky. Dan Neil trying to work it to Lyndon Gooch. Cut out by Ojo. Could see an early change here for Cardiff. Something's not working, is it?
Another good ball.
Lyndon Gooch get on the end of it. To Sunderland throw. Here's Ahmad. Abdullah Bar. Ekwar. Ahmad.
Go on.
Pritchard. Back to Ahmad.
Oh, come on.
Pritchard. Just needs someone to have a shot. Wickham holds it up. Cardiff will try and get out from here. Ojo under pressure.
Gone foul.
No. Guinness comes across. Kicks it downfield. Ekwar competing with Kaba. But Sunderland steal it easily. Ahmad.
That's a foul.
Goes down. No foul given.
Oh, ref. What's he got to do?
He didn't get that one. Cardiff try to come out. Go back to McGuinness. NG. Jack Clark was near. Sunderland get the throw. think we might see an early change here. Players stopped for Cardiff. Something's not working out there for Sabri Lamouchi. In fact, it's a double change. A first half double change. Have you seen that before, Lee?
Never. Something must have really gone wrong for him.
So we'll get them all confirmed on your screen for you, but Lamouchi is not happy at all, making 2 first half substitutions. And the second change, just walking off your screen now, is Sheyai Ojo, who came into the side this afternoon. That's Jack Simpson who's come on, who's a defender.
There's a pro, you're not enjoying that.
So that was an attacking midfielder taken off for a defender in that instance, but we'll get the confirmation as who's come on in the other substitution. But 2 first half substitutions, not for an injury.
No, it didn't look as if. I think he's just changing the formation. I don't know how he's doing it. We'll see, but
see as play develops, we'll get those substitutions confirmed on your screen for you as Pierre Ekwa brings it forward. He's Jack Clark. Serkin's inside. Jack Clark going inside himself. Lyndon Gooch. Ahmad. Pritchard. Pritchard puts one in!
Get in!
And Sunderland take the lead. Is it offside?
Oh,
Jack Clark was on the end of it. Yeah, no goal. And Jack Clark got on the end of it. A good move from Sunderland, who seem to just be passing it around Cardiff so far this afternoon. Who at 6s and 7s.
He must just be just offside, you know. I thought he made a great run.
It was NG who was claiming it. We'll see that again at half-time. And doesn't seem to be too well.
Yeah.
Mike Dodds' face says it all there.
I think it was very close.
So Rinomota was the other player who came on for Jayden Philogene. Andy Rinomota is a right-sided midfielder. So 2 first-half changes. That's certainly the first that's happened in my short commentary career. And Lee can't remember another occasion.
I mean, unless it's really bad, the manager normally just leaves it till half-time. I mean, we're not that far away, but he must be saying something he really didn't like.
Yep. Romeo. Back to NG. Easy for Anthony Patterson. There's Lyndon Gooch. Serkin, first time looking for Abdullah Bar. Danny Bart. Serkin goes inside, looking for Ekwa. Hesitates and stumbles on the ball. He's got pressure from Rinomota. He's just come on.
He's come on and looked a bit busy, that Rinomota.
That is close, isn't it? We haven't got a down-the-line shot. Probably as close as we'll get, but we'll see it again at half-time, Lee, and discuss it. In the meantime, Cabba with a free header straight at Anthony Patterson from nowhere.
That's not good from Trey Hume or Graham or Gucci there.
Kipri coming across.
Better.
He's Dan Neil. Bar gets a nice ball back. Well, almost. Ekwa picks it up anyway. Jack Clark. Pritchard. Dan Neil stands one in. Too close to the keeper. Dean Whitehead, part of the coaching staff as well down there at Cardiff. He was the temporary manager as well. Former Sunderland captain, of course. Sirkin slips, but still manages to tackle Cabot. Oh, and then was taken out, surely. Surely that was a foul. Play continues, didn't even go out. Now what's the referee going to do? Now he gives a foul against Jack Clark.
The standard sometimes. I'm not surprised he's frustrated. I mean, what? I mean,
how is that not a foul?
What do you need to see?
Well, Periengi stands over this. Got some height in their side of Cardiff. NG plays it in. It's going for the corner. Someone plays frustrated about something. Windy down there. Some Sunderland penalty area. From NG, Richard at the front post. Referee seen something he doesn't like?
Yeah.
Let's brought it back. I think Johnny Mowbray will be frustrated not to have scored in this first half, Lee.
Yeah, like we said, we're dominating possession. We're really getting to the edge of the box every time we get the ball. And we just haven't been clinical enough. And the only time we are is just ruled up for offside, which looked very, very tight.
Through the middle from Bart. Cut out by Kipri.
Good talk.
So then get a decision. Kipri's not happy about it. Meanwhile, Sunderland have restarted. Pritchard was caught late there.
So he's won the ball out for me, but
still feeling it, Pritchard. So he's back on his feet by the time the camera pans to the left. He is on his feet. Sirkin slipping. Tony Bart picks it up. Patterson under pressure. Dan Neil. Jack Clark get there. Not quite. Forward from NG. Ekwa can't keep it in. Someone get the free kick.
I'm not even sure if that one was.
Yep. Gives that one. As we approach half time.
Can imagine being much, but one. Which is probably just because of the subs.
Yeah. Which is a story in itself. This first half down at the Cardiff City Stadium. Gooch. Dispossessed there. Pritchard is pressing. So again, just watching the ball. Gives it to Danny Bart. Dan Neil spins out. Shooting shirt was pulled there.
Yeah, that'll be it, I should think.
Yep, not see much more in this first half. And there we go, that's half time. Lee, how do you sum that one up?
Again, well on top. We're not lucky really to be not to be 1-0 up for me. Again, Jack Clark's come round the back. He looks at he's got a broke Connor Wickham off.
Yep. And it looks like you're right there, Lee. Connor Wickham has only lasted 45 minutes.
He was dreadful. Here we go. It's a bit more of a press.
That's Simpson, another first half substitute on the ball. Gets a cross in as well, cut out by Danny Bart.
Touch.
Ahmad's first touch was good, but then gives possession
Yeah.
to Rinomota. McGuinness spreads the play. Cardiff looking better already in the second half. The shape looks better, doesn't it?
Yeah, they're trying again. They've probably had a rollicking off the manager, so they're coming out with a little bit more desire. But we'll see.
Confirmation of that substitution. 3 substitutions already. 45 minutes gone for Cardiff. Doesn't leave them with that much wiggle room. Sunderland yet to make a change, but they did make 4 changes coming into this game.
Yeah, we've got a strong bench as well with Robertson, Gelhardt on there, and Michu. I mean, the options are there.
Foul on Pritchard. I think we're going to watch it back rather than watch the live action. We know it was a foul. Simpson following that, but let it bounce, and Lyndon Gooch has caused a bit of a nuisance. Yep, linesman's given, I think. Free kick for Sunderland.
Yeah, good play again. 1-2.
Jack Simpson involved again. He's making any attempt to get the ball. He wipes out Lyndon Gooch. Meanwhile, Dan Neil comes in. Yeah, a bit too long to get the cross in. Jack Clark on the far side. They've got many options. Ekwa comes across now. Ekwa's caught late there.
See, they'll come out with a bit more intention, haven't they, to close us down a little bit more, be a bit more physical, because they were really, really passive the first half.
Yeah. Lyndon Gooch struggling against McGuinness. This is Wintle.
Oh.
Atete shoots.
Wait. Patterson.
Patterson does well. You've got to think maybe why Cabba didn't follow it in, because it was a good opportunity and probably, well, definitely Cardiff's best of the game so far.
Hume should be winning that. Good position from Jack Clark.
Periengi. Joined from Crewe in 2021. Patterson comes, can only punch.
He's done well there. He's got it.
It's a strange ball forward.
He took a whack, Patterson there. I think it was a centre half. He just ran straight through him.
Play continues. No foul again. Equafield was.
That was Bar.
Oh yeah, well, that's a missed kick from Danny Bart. He's asking his teammates for a bit more energy. Cardiff have come out with some intent in the second half.
They certainly have. A different team compared to what they were the first. We'll just have to weather this storm a little bit. And,
get back to how we were playing, yeah.
Wait.
Comes all the way through.
It's got touch from Circle.
Wintle.
Big.
Too deep for Cabba. Oh, maybe something could get into this second half from this goal kick. Sirkin. Jack Clark. Pritchard couldn't get there. Suddenly get the throw. Calmly done by Patterson.
Oh, good.
Fortunate. Comes through for Ahmad. Pritchard's continued his run. He's really stretching to get there. He does. Gooch is in support.
Touch Gooch.
Simpson plays it down the field and it's cut out by Trey Hume, and then Ekwar.
Get there.
Here's Romeo. Danny Bart.
Well done, Bart.
A couple of goals at it. Now Bar
Come on.
to Ahmad.
This might suit us, you know, them attacking us.
Pritchard now. Charged down by McGuinness. Sunderland corner. Game's opened up a bit.
Yeah, again, it might suit us as well.
Taken quickly. In from Gooch. It's a poor cross. He'll try again though. Dan Neil.
Great play.
Pritchard. Great play from Sunderland. Can he get there? Well, the challenge was always going to come in, wasn't it?
Just didn't have any legs, Pritchard. I think he just seemed to just not get there. But that was a good move. Really, really good move.
Sirkin. Dan Neil. Ahmad. Ekwa. Sirkin. Just got his angles wrong there. The pass with Jack Clark stayed in play as well, so Danny Bart's ran across to pick it up. No Cardiff player anywhere near.
No.
So they've reverted to type a little bit there, haven't they?
They have. They've just had a blast for 2 or 3 minutes, and then that's it.
It's like you said, I think it was just, we had to just ride the storm out, didn't we, for a few minutes, and then...
It's a foul. It's in the back.
Too strong from Kaba. Competing. This is Trey Hume. Ahmad might get there. He has. Pritchard's just inside him. He's gone himself.
Go on.
Ahmad. Still Ahmad. Pulls it back for Pritchard. Can he get it from under his feet? Pritchard. Ahmad. Ball still live.
Oh dear.
He's got a corner.
Stop myself from swearing
then. On behalf of SAFC, thank you very much, Lee. Just waiting for that gap, weren't they?
We just get in. Every time we get the ball, we're getting in. We just got to put that ball in the back of the net.
Here's Ahmad.
Great ball.
Oh. Trey Hume, I think it was who met it.
Yeah.
Sunderland able to come again as the sun goes behind a cloud down at the Cardiff City Stadium. Jack Clark whips one in towards the back post. Too much on it for Trey Hume, had stayed forward. For the last couple of minutes, you feel that the game's reverted back to how it was in the first half, and it's up to Sunderland to make the most of these chances, Lee.
It is. Pritchard's again getting into the second half, and same as Ahmad, which always bodes well for us. It's skillful lads getting on the. I'd rather like to see Jack Clark getting it on a little bit more as well, getting more of the ball. But yeah, they had a bit of a go at us for 2-3 minutes. And now they're just letting us really have the ball.
He's Jack Clark. He's just not make someone. He was clattered a bit there, but he continued his run. Abdullah Bar goes down in the box. Is never going to get a penalty for that. He stays on the ground. Ekwa easily takes possession back for Sunderland.
Yeah. This is why it counts. If you can keep the pressure on.
The Sunderland fans you can hear down at the Cardiff City Stadium. Still 0-0 as we approach the hour mark here on SAFC Live.
Get 1-1.
Jack Clark up against NG, goes inside, definitely fouled, and it's got to be a yellow card. It doesn't look like he's thinking about it.
I think it must be any of the fans cheering either. Yellow all day. Look at that.
Perry NG becomes the first player in the book. Now Jack Clark will know that as well, won't he? And
yep. And it's one thing, Jack Clark not stop going at him, will he?
Yep. Interesting position this, especially for Alex Pritchard on his right foot maybe. Bit of wind down there as well.
That's with it.
Worth a
I think he will shoot.
effort on goal?
I think he will shoot.
Well, the fans want him to have a pop. It's a good position, this, I think. Alex Pritchard. He's got it in his locker. Can he do it down at the Cardiff City Stadium? Oh, tell you what!
Gets in!
The rebound's put in!
Oh.
Dennis Serkin scores on his return to the side.
The keeper's going nuts. I think it went through the wall.
But it's Alex Pritchard's free kick.
That's it. That'll do.
We'll see that back in a second. But Dennis Serkin marks his return to the starting lineup with a goal. Let's have a look at this. It's gone through the wall.
Keeper's already going mad.
He was going mad before it even went in. There.
Well done, Serkin. Followed in. He gets in there, doesn't he?
Yeah. You've got to say Sunderland deserved that, but that's just another example of how poor Cardiff have been today.
Yeah. Again, they've come out the second half. They've had a little bit of a go, but we've just gone back on the ball. But thoroughly deserves. Now I just hope we can go on and win 2 or 3.
Bit of a conflab going down in the Sunderland technical area. An hour's gone. It's when Tony Mowbray traditionally likes to change things. He didn't actually change things on the hour against Hull, did he?
No, we'll see.
They've made another change during the Sunderland goal. Joe Riles has come on, who normally plays like a left wing back.
Yeah, it's at 11 now. He's made changes. 11 changes. So he just keeps swapping on his side.
It's 4 changes they've made with an hour gone. You don't get to say that very often. Ahmad. Gets past but gets pulled back. Ahmad.
Oh, I was going to say the Lancers had to give that. He's probably asking Pritch, because Pritch normally only plays about 61 minutes, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think it must be in his contract.
He'll be loving it, being involved in that goal. Alex Pritchard. Big challenge goes in.
That's a foul.
Sunderland continue. That's definitely pulled back on Serkin, who's kept on going. Kippy didn't know where it was.
That was a good block, that.
Danny Barr gets an important foot in, and Sunderland come again. Will it drop for Abdullah Barr?
Touch.
Ahmad picks it up. Laid off for Dan Neil. It's gone over the top. But they're cutting Cardiff open every time now.
It's another good chance, though. Look at that.
Yeah.
Bottom corner, just slotted in.
We'll get confirmation on your screen in a moment as to who Joe Riles came on for. But that would be the 4th change for Cardiff City. Here is Riles. Pops it through. That's happened lots of times as well today. It remains Sawyers who made way for Joe Riles. So I think they've changed things around in the middle there. Sawyers going off. Again, another position change as well for Cardiff. I've got to wonder what Sabri Lamucci was thinking coming into this game.
He's had a plan, but it just hasn't worked. Or the players just haven't given what was expecting from them.
Yeah. Free kick goes Cardiff's way for the challenge on a Tete. Trey Hume involved. Nope, it was the challenge from Dan Neil.
Yeah.
Cardiff could work something from this set piece. Trying to see if there's any imminent changes from a Sunderland perspective. Couldn't see that on that angle there. It's a confirmation of that last change there for Cardiff. Riengi stands over this.
Oh, good header.
Oh,
what's he done?
Ekwar's left it and has gone for the corner.
Didn't take a chance.
Guess if there's any doubt there, you just got to play on.
You just.
I think the referee thinks it's come off Lyndon Gooch.
Is it Trey Hume or Gooch? One of them anyway, but Ekwah should be kicking that out clear.
Good header clear by Trey Hume. Picked up by Romeo. You can do that all day.
It's only 35 yards out.
Again, a little bit of inexperience, do you think, maybe from Pierre Ekwah, which allowed that one to go out for the corner.
Yeah, and I'm sure Tony Mowbray will be having a chat with this old defender. You don't take chances there. You don't take chances there.
This will be on his second league start in professional football.
Yep.
Simpson. Etete.
He's never tackled him there.
Etete shoots, takes a deflection, comes back out. Rinomota.
Well done, job.
It's Jack Clark who's back there defending. Comes to Kaba on the stretch. Wouldn't drop for him.
I think it's Daniel who puts a lot of pressure on him here.
Able to bring it down.
So, yeah, he's
Romeo goes down, gets the free kick. Which I wasn't impressed with that. Yes, Danny is not with us this afternoon. We have Lee Howie in the studio, but we will still do the post-game feature Ask Danny. So if you have any thoughts on the game you're watching this afternoon and you want to tell us where you're watching around the world, just use the hashtag Ask Danny on social media, and Lee will answer your questions or points of view about today's game in the post-game programme. Kaba. Header comes in from McGuinness. Out early from Patterson. Checks his man, goes inside, gives it to Pritchard. Pritchard trying to release them. Just cut out by Rinomota. Cardiff have come alive a little bit again. Etete. Romeo. Out from Sirkin. Strike from distance, takes a deflection, goes out for the corner of Danny Bart, who's gone down. From Danny Bart, Rinomota, charge down, can Sunderland break? Jack Clark will try and get there. Free kick against Jack Clark.
Didn't like that from the manager, asking for a card.
Might see a change from Sunderland in a moment. That was Mark McGuinness going close. Easy in the end for Patterson, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Subs haven't happened yet. I think Mowbray and his coaching staff are waiting to see what happens from this set piece. It's almost a carbon copy of the one a few moments ago. Flicked on, passing comes. He goes down. I think Edouard Michou might be one of those players who's about to come on for Sunderland, judging by the crowd song. Got to take every little bit of help you can get, Lee, when you're commentating on the stream with a TV back here at the Stadium of Light. McGuinness dispatches of Ahmad and plays it downfield.
Oh,
free kick, and it's a
absolutely nothing.
Soft one. Maybe someone's asking for. Some of them are asking for a card there. Slight nudge from Danny Bond.
Jeez. That's the asking for the foul against Ahmad, but didn't really see much in that.
Patrick Roberts and Edward Michu, we hear, are primed to come on for Sunderland. So maybe Ekwan Bar making way there.
Yeah, I would think so.
In from NG. Kept alive. Miles is arriving. Patterson comes and...
It's handballed, isn't he?
Well, Sunderland get the decision anyway. I think those substitutions can happen now as well. Abdullah Bar's coming off. Pat Roberts. Yep, as we suspected. Edward Michu comes on and sits alongside Dan Neil, and Pat Roberts will be coming on for Abdullah Bar. Yeah, 20 minutes left at least, you'd think, for Patrick Roberts as a Cardiff defender. I'd like to see that substitution happening.
Well, if I was Cardiff defender, I would see Patrick Roberts coming on. I would be a bit unhappy, because you know what he's going to do. He's just going to be, as he gets the ball, he's just going to be at you. He's going to be dribbling.
He's come on this right-hand side where he normally plays as well. He'll be up against Mark McGuinness. Riles has continued his run and play goes on for Cardiff City. Ball's whipped into the middle. Danny Bart's there. Goes out for the throw. Then the Gooch feeling that one still.
You've got to expect that from Cardiff. And 1-0 down. They're down the bottom of the table.
Simpson. Continues his run. Joe Riles. Rinomota. Kipri. NG. Out from Circuit.
Pitch is playing up top. Maybe Ahmad just in behind. And they put, obviously, Pat Roberts right.
Cardiff get a corner. The 6th of the game. Sunderland still have Joe Gelhardt on the bench, Isaac Lahaji, Ellis Taylor and Joe Anderson. So there's options there if they need to try something else.
I've got a feeling Gelhardt will get on for Pritchard.
Oh.
Well left, good shout. It's probably come from Patterson there to leave. That's the only time you can leave it.
Yes. Circuit, it's got Sunderland's goal this afternoon. Michu finds Jack Clark, who's caught late there. It's going to be a yellow card, I think, for Kipri. It doesn't matter if it's your first one, if you make a bad foul.
I've tried that a few times, never works.
Well bought by Jack Clark.
He's seen
dangles
it.
his
Yeah,
leg,
just
doesn't
let
he?
it, just poked it in.
Second player in the book. Joins Perry Ng. Mishu stands over this one for Sunderland. Ahmad runs into trouble but keeps on in possession. Gooch working hard himself.
That's a pull back.
Yeah, Atete gets a yellow card. Frustrations in the ranks for Cardiff.
Typical one from Gooch, nice and very aggressive. Just bomb zone. And the Gooch reaction. Ball gone up again, whether or not that's another sub for them.
Yeah, I think they were maybe thinking about their final move there, Lee.
I tell you what, that is dangerous. 5 subs, they haven't got any left, will they?
Nope.
15 minutes to go.
Unless there was a concussion incident, that would be the only way around that. A few of them looked concussed in the first half.
For sleep. Oh.
Kipri, challenged by Pritchard, still working hard. Tete's under that one. Hooked there from Dan Neil.
Cool.
Jack Clark. Mishu's
in.
gone ahead of him.
Oh,
Pritchard's gone through the middle. He's going to stick his leg out.
Get this right, and we'll break on. We'll break on these.
Cabba. Simpson floats one in.
Big.
Someone player remains down on the floor there. Play continues for now. Pritchard's starting to look a bit tired up top there.
Throws the ball down, kind of just let him cross it.
Cross comes in, Cabba goes down. Goal kick given.
He was doing well there, put under a lot of pressure. But that's why we've got to, you cannot let him get his head up and pick somebody out.
Romeo going off. And the cameraman pans out, we might be able to see who's coming on. 39 is Isaac Davies. He's a forward, so they're going for it.
Gellhardt.
Gellhardt's going to come on for Sunderland. Well spotted there, Lee. Pritchard for Gellhardt.
Yeah,
Pretty straight swap.
Yeah.
And Pritchard's done well this afternoon.
Yeah,
Playing his part.
yeah. You know, he's created the goal with his free kick, getting it through the wall.
Yep.
And as always, you know, he gives it all. Technically very, very good. And it helps the team, you know, especially when we've got some of them young lads that look to likes of Alec Pritchard to just see them through the gear.
Yeah. And Joe Gellhardt on loan from Leeds. Coming on from the subs bench for the first time.
Yeah.
Because he started every game, hasn't he, since arriving from Leeds, and he played arguably his best game against Hull City on Friday.
Couldn't wait to get on, because it looks like we could break on these. Yeah, I bet you feel as though he's going to get a chance.
Yep. There he is. Atete.
That's what I felt.
Play continues. Nice from Ahmad, and Roberts connecting well. Gelhardt's inside him, that's where it's gone, gets it back.
Wide.
Great ball in for Jack Clark. Drops his shoulder, Clark into Gelhardt.
On ball!
Big shots to handball, nothing given. Gelhardt continues, comes out to Dan Neil, who strikes it over the top. Maybe a good opportunity there for Gelhardt. We'll see it back on the replay because a few people thought it was a handball.
No.
It touches his arm, doesn't it?
Yeah, I can't think he can get out of the way of that. But wanted it on his left foot, didn't he?
Dan Neil feeling something there.
Yeah.
So it's more of his hip rather than his hamstring, maybe.
The thigh muscle, I'm guessing, at the top there.
Yeah.
Just good header.
He's Ahmad. Can he get him round the back? He can. He's gone through the middle as well. Ahmad still going, brought down.
Man.
It's a definite card. It's Rinamoto who picks up a yellow. I can't understand what the Cardiff players are complaining about there. If it wasn't for the cover, it could have been worse, but it is a yellow. Rinamoto. Starting to lose count now. It's a fourth. It's not that bad.
It was further, it was closer than that, wasn't it?
I thought it was in the D.
Yeah.
We'll see. Crowd shouting Ahmad's name. Of course, Pritchard's gone off, who would have stepped up for this one. Ahmad might fancy it himself.
He does.
Real central, though, isn't it? Could go either side of the goalkeeper. Keeper has been beaten from a free kick.
Yeah, so just follow in.
Took a deflection on the way through. This time, Ryan Alsop gets there. Downfield it comes. Etete trying to spin on it.
Get that.
Just couldn't nick it. Here's Kipri. NG. Trey Hume with the header. Kaba. Etete takes a deflection. Out from Danny Bart. Bad shot from Etete.
Kitchen sink at the minute, innit?
Yeah.
They're just going in the box every opportunity they're going to get.
Guinness is forward. Simpson crosses it. They have men over at the far post but can't capitalise, and Ahmad gives it away. Cardiff come again.
Come on, boys.
Kipri.
Had a good run.
Jack Clark's back there. Gone for the corner. Patterson comes, doesn't get there. Jack Clark brings it away for Sunderland. Etete closes them down. Does well to stop the advance for Sunderland. A yellow card for Dan Neil. We can't see why because we're watching the replay. It looked like a yellow card for Dan Neil there, didn't it?
Unless it was Clark for kicking the ball away. I think so. That was Dan Neil.
The camera's gone back on Dan Neil.
Yeah.
Assume it's him. Gooch is going to have to be careful here because the locals are accusing him of time wasting. We know only too much about that. Forward from Alsop. Kaba. Good out by Dan Neil. It's Cardiff at the moment who are finishing the stronger. Cross comes in, passing comes, but there's no danger in the end. Sunderland will take the time over this.
Yeah. It's all about game management now and just keeping the ball. Yeah. As these people call it, the dark arts, just, yeah.
Yep.
Wind that clock down.
Roberts floats one forward, looking for Ahmad. This is better, Sunderland just having a bit of possession. Some closed down by Davies. Gabba spins on it, goes down, nothing given. Rinamota. Cross comes in. Cleared by Jack Clark downfield. Joe Gelhardt will chase this one. McGuinness and his goalkeeper have hesitated there.
Fine.
Goes back to the goalie.
The keeper fancied it for a little bit there.
Yeah. NG. Isaac Davis. Rowles. Gelhardt who took the sting out of that one. Anthony Patterson just takes his time. So minutes tick by for Sunderland. Oh, a moment there, I thought Danny Bartlett had left it. To let in a Cardiff player, but Sunderland still have possession.
Oh.
Guinness coming forward, easily taking that one. Etete now picks it up for Cardiff.
Get there. That's it.
Second did get there. The second ball he couldn't get. NG crosses it in. It's a deep one towards Cabba, who brings it down.
But to me, he's on ball. Not us then. Get out.
Well, Cardiff are asking for a penalty there.
They certainly were.
See it back. I'm unsure myself. Let's keep an eye on this. It's after Cabba brings it down, isn't it?
I think it's in his hands up, mind. It's there, but we cannot see from this angle.
Well, the referee's looking straight at it,
I know.
isn't he?
Yeah.
Surely we can't concede a penalty late on again.
Come on, we cannot get out.
Yeah, Sunderland need to get on the ball here. NG will cross it again. No, he doesn't. Puts it inside for Etete to shoot.
Miles away. I think it's even gone for a throw-in.
Not on target.
It went for a throw-in. Oh.
Sunderland scored on Friday night with a throw-in from there. We're on the 90th minute now. Can Sunderland hold out? Cleared by Lyndon Gooch. Gelhardt will chase this one. Oh, he does well. He took it accidentally, I think, after he was pushed.
He was just trying to use his body, maybe
He
pick
was,
up
yeah.
a foul, but it was, again, it nearly bounced for him, didn't it?
Yeah. Ahmad flicks it forward, looking for Gelhardt.
This is the one.
Gelhardt against Kipri. He's waiting for Ahmad to get up with him. He is now. Gelhardt might go himself. Being forced wide. Roberts. We haven't seen much of him since coming on.
No. Oh, it's the ball.
It's up for Sunderland to try and contain them there. Four minutes added on.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's a fucking...
Definitely a foul. Again, it's definitely... There's an elbow on the back of Gelhardt's head.
Yeah, his shoulder.
A silly foul to give away, really, because he wasn't going anywhere. Plays restarted. Ahmad trying to spin on it. Got his foot in front of the ball. That's definitely a free kick again.
Yeah.
The Cardiff players know it, don't they?
That's all we need to do. Just...
It's a clever play from Ahmad because he knows as long as he gets his foot in.
There. Just gets in front of him. He's always going down.
Ahmad gets around his man, working well with Roberts. Just give it away that time.
Lazy.
Gooch doing his best to halt any forward play from Cardiff. Don't forget to get your thoughts in. Keep them for the post-game programme. Use the hashtag AskDanny. Myself and Lee will bring your points of view into the post-game programme. Tell us where you're watching around the world as well. Here on SAFC Live. Danny Bart deals with that. Very NG sees it out for the throw, then gives it inside to Joe Riles. Couple more minutes of defending for Sunderland. They could go up the other end and get the job done. Flicked on. Davies keeps it alive. It's a good challenge from Dennis Serkin, who's got the match-winning goal at the moment. Gelhardt spinning. Goes down, but keeps possession. Edouard Michou. Ahmad's in the middle. Can he get his foot around it?
Offside.
He's offside anyway.
Oh, dear.
Inside now. The final minute of added time. Can Sunderland hold out?
I thought this was it.
Just
half a yard. Yeah, half a yard, and he just slots it.
From Danny Bart. Simpson steps inside. Michou working hard to block the ball in. It comes in, it's flicked on. And it's Ryan Wintle. Doesn't make a good connection. And Anthony Patterson will take his time over this goal kick. 30 seconds remaining of added on time.
You can take 30 seconds from me then.
Ten seconds left of normal time. Of added on time, sorry. Referee might have seen enough.
Well done, lads.
Sunderland have done it down at the Cardiff City Stadium. Quick summing up of that one then, Lee.
I mean, Cardiff did try their best to make a bit of a game of it, but